Okay, so I just pulled up to the studio. I'm totally joking. This is my parents' house. This is mom and dad's house, but it is my studio in the sense that this is where I film and record all my YouTube videos about for the past year and a half. And honestly, that's pretty consistent with this channel. I think I've filmed in a slew of like questionable locations, from my grad school apartment to a cockroach infested apartment to different continents, 3 different states. Uh, Never a real professional studio. So I thought after 6 years, it'd be great to go down memory lane and look at all the studios I've filmed in over the years. This is where it all began. This is my graduate student apartment. And before I go on, I think it's only fair that I show you a couple seconds of the first video I uploaded. It is going to be slightly embarrassing, but I feel okay about it.
Hey everyone, what is up? I'm Abby, the food scientist, and today we're talking about a lot of people's favorite treat, chocolate.
I obviously have no idea what I'm doing, but everyone has to start somewhere. And second, I guess I would say my interior design strategy was limited. In fact, I think I had only 2 decorations. These 2, which actually my friend Zach drew these, which is crazy. Shout out to Zach. This was the entire aesthetic. So without Zach, my apartment basically would have looked like an interrogation room. The next studio I filmed in wasn't the worst place I've lived, but it easily is the second worst place. This is what I'll refer to as my cockroach era, because this place was ridden with bugs. This was a studio apartment in Massachusetts where my ex-boyfriend and I lived. And by studio apartment, I mean like it's a one-room apartment, which means if there was room for my tripod and camera, I filmed in front of it. The TV, the computer, on the couch. And while I was going back, searching through my old videos for footage, I spotted in the corner one of those glue traps. These are disgusting. It's like a trap for bugs that the glue and they get stuck on. Why did I not edit this out? Where is the quality control? Next is back to Wisconsin. After years of living in like really tiny apartments, I was living in an actual real house. Now, this was not my house. Don't be absurd. This was my friends Zach and Emily's house. To me, this honestly felt like Hollywood. I could film in the kitchen, in the family room, in the basement. One thing I remember, and I'm already feeling guilty just thinking about this, is they were so patient when I like hit record. When I was filming in their house, hear them like tiptoeing around, whispering in their own kitchen because they didn't want to like mess up my take. So thank you, Zach and Emily, for being so patient and supporting my YouTube channel. Then I was back to Massachusetts to live with my ex-boyfriend again. And I just want to be clear, he was obviously my boyfriend at the time, but let's not make this about my personal life. This apartment, huge upgrade. By huge upgrade, I mean no bugs, and it was a 1-bedroom apartment. Still, I was back to some of my favorite filming locations, in front of the TV, in front of the computer, wherever I could wedge a camera. I did come across something very peculiar. In some of the shots, I for some reason have hung a blanket up, which I have no memory of this. I do not know why I did this. What could have possibly been behind the blanket that was worse than having a blanket as the background? Like, truly, this will be a mystery of the channel. Then came the biggest move of my life, so I packed up 2 suitcases and moved to the Netherlands where I did my postdoc. Unfortunately, I was back in a studio apartment, but fortunately my landlord somehow set me up just accidentally with quite a nice spot to film. But let me ruin this illusion for you now, right? Because this one room, I cook in here, I live in here, everything is in this room. For example, do you see that pink basket? That is actually filled with my socks, underwear, and bras. Eventually, I realized this and thought, maybe this isn't the professional look I'm going for, so I upgraded. And by upgraded, I mean I would just throw a plain black t-shirt over the whole basket. The other thing that's funny about this setup is that basically everything is in my arm's reach. My bed is right behind that shelf. You can see the door to leave my apartment. The kitchen is basically just right out of view. And these 2 pieces of art, These are actually on the wall when I moved in, but I decided I needed them for my background, so I duct taped them at a certain angle so that they looked good on camera. After being in the Netherlands for 2 years, then I moved to Indianapolis, so back to the US. This was the first time I actually spent money on trying to look like a real YouTuber. And by that, I mean, I just went to IKEA and got everything. But honestly, I was pretty proud of it. I just added a couple postcards from my friends. I printed a couple pieces of artwork at Walgreens. I was like, voila, there she is. But just a quick reality check. This setup, it was in the corner of our master bedroom, even though we had a guest bedroom, but there wasn't enough. This was the only place there was open space. And you heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. I am now in a 2-bedroom apartment, right? From studio to 1 bedroom to 2-bedroom apartment. Is that not the American dream? Just kidding, just kidding. Then we broke up, which brings us to present day, where my studio is now my parents' guest bedroom. I personally like to razz them and call it my office, but it's their house, obviously. As for the studio itself, a lot is basically the same. I did add my 2 children's books. I'll put the links in the description. They're available on Amazon. Oh, and actually, my first book is here. I have 3 extra copies. Comment book, and I will ship you one of these copies for free. One upgrade my dad did help me with is you might notice the boards are actually now screwed into the wall. When I did it, I actually used just a bunch of command strips because that seemed easier. And then one evening, I did get a text from my parents saying, oh, my backdrop fell. And of course, I was like, oh my gosh, did any of my things break? And they're like, no, but it shattered our baseboard. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I had my priorities in the wrong order. But my dad fixed the baseboard and then he screwed on my backdrop. And this is honestly not like the first casualty. I swear I've been breaking a lot of my parents' things. Just last week, I was making a gum video about every ingredient in bubble gum. And I did ruin one of my mom's like kitchen pots. I couldn't get the gum out of it, the gum base out of it. So please go watch that video because I feel like I owe my parents a couple thousand views. And I'm really sorry, Mom.